Here's Brody Brazil.
So I'm going to start this video with a little disclaimer and maybe even disclose a potential conflict of interest. Because I love Dave & Buster's. I first went to one shortly after I got out of college. I had just started working at KICU Channel 36 in San Jose. And a couple miles north of our studio was a Dave & Buster's in Milpitas. It's still there at the Great Mall. They were open late, they had food, they had drinks, they had a bunch of TVs to watch sports, and oh yeah, a bunch of cool video and arcade games. What's not to like about Dave & Buster's? I've been going there for a long time. I always enjoy it. It's a versatile place to serve so many purposes. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dave & Buster's. With that established, it's now time to talk about their business model and something they're adding to the equation that I find interesting. I'm not going to say I really do or really don't like it. It's just something to ponder in the nature of our society and especially as it relates to sports. You can now bet that at Dave & Buster's. What am I talking about? Well, let's first begin with the basics. Dave & Buster's started in 1982. There's now more than 220 locations across North America. They say they have 5 million plus loyalty members and they get 30 million visitors per year across all their locations. And oh yeah, their stock has gone up more than 50% across the last 12 months. So they're doing well. I'm happy about that. They're expanding. They've been around for a bit. They're sustaining. Now they're getting into social wagering. Now, there are some rules and restrictions surrounding this. Number one, you've got to be 18 years or older. This is not available in every state, 44 total states that Dave & Buster's are in. It's done through their app, so there's not like humans interacting with this and cash actually being transacted here. It's all done via the app, and it's all done for loyalty members only. So you got to join the club if you want to get into this social wagering. Now, there's a bunch of games. There's the hot shots. There's the skee ball. There's the arcade games. I imagine it's as simple as betting your friends, maybe once you're linked on different accounts on the app. Bet against your friends who's going to win in any of these games. No longer is just getting the 20 tickets at the end a good enough prize. You can actually bet your friends in these games. Now, how much can you bet? They say there will be a threshold to that amount, but that threshold number has not been announced yet. More on that a little bit later on. I'm hoping it is a responsible number because this is all fun and games, right? What are they saying? Well, this is Simon Murray, who's a senior vice president of entertainment and attractions for Dave & Buster's, says, quote, "We're thrilled to work with Lucra," that's a company doing this social wagering portion of their business, "thrilled to work with Lucra to bring this exciting new gaming platform to our customers. This new partnership gives our loyalty members real-time, unrivaled gaming experiences and reinforces our commitment to continuing to elevate our customer experience through innovative, cutting-edge technology." A lot of buzzwords in there. But simply said, that's what they're doing. They're adding something new to the mix. Michael Matting, who is Lucra's COO, says, quote, "We're creating a new form of kind of a digital experience for folks inside of these ecosystems. We're getting them to engage in a new way and spend more time and more money." Well, at least there's some honesty there. You're going to get hooked by the betting aspect, the social wagering aspect of Dave & Buster's. This comes from CNBC. It was a little piece in the article they wrote about this. Lucra is careful not to use the term bet or wager to describe its games. Now, I've called it social wagering. I don't know what else to call it. This is not betting on sports. This is literally me betting against you. It's social. It is wagering. Social wagering is what I will call it for the purpose of this video. Here are my takeaways. And I think this is the most important payoff portion of the video, so I'm glad you've stuck around for this. What's happening at Dave & Buster's is a microcosm of what's happening in sports. All of a sudden, pure enjoyment of just playing the game and winning or losing or watching your team win or lose or your favorite player win or lose or do this or not do that, all of a sudden, that's not enough. All of a sudden, the foods and the drinks and the just entertainment aspect, that's not enough. You've got to take it to the next step. You've got to be able to win something yourself. off of this experience. You've got to have the gut instinct, or in this case, the performance, to beat your friend. There has to be gambling added to what already exists to make it, more enticing, more addictive, dare I say? Plus, obviously, just like in real sports, this is a way to add new revenue streams to something that's existed for a certain way for a long time. But I go back to the why aspect of this. Do we really need the wagering of money against your friends through an app at Dave & Buster's? I mean, wouldn't it be more simple to say, hey, I got $5 of cash, I'll bet you? Well, maybe most people these days, like myself, we don't carry around a bunch of cash. Maybe there's some incentive to placing these bets through the app. It's not been unveiled yet, so we don't really have all the details, but this is something Dave & Buster's says they're doing. Now, I mentioned before that we don't know what the upper limit of a wager is yet, but I don't think the limits will be dangerous. They've already said that on average, in other things they do with business, a wager like this would be, the average one would be $10 per wager. Now, you do 50 bets a night, you're getting up there in the amount that you're gambling. But I talk about that upper limit of what you're able to wager because it comes down to this. Gambling now, social wagering at Dave & Buster's, this is only fueling increased gambling activity in our culture. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing for those who are responsible with it, who have fun with it, who just do it on the side. But there are some out there who can't stop themselves. Or there are some out there who are vulnerable to this. They've not yet been exposed to this. And now they are, and then they can't stop. But that's also like alcohol, right? Some people can't stop with that either. My point is, this is a modern era. There's new technology to allow things like this to happen in sports and at Dave & Buster's, and we just have to monitor it so that it doesn't keep escalating and taking further steps and actually get people in life and financial troubles. Again, I think at its most simple form, my question here is, do we really need this added to the mix? Like, there's already enough enticing, entertaining things at a Dave & Buster's. Is there really a need for this? Is there really a desire for this? How will this do? I'm very curious, actually. I guess we'll find out, but I'm not sure it's something that is necessarily going to make me want to go back. They've already got all the things that make me want to go there. Some food, some drinks, some skee ball. I'm good. That's all I ever really needed. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, coming soon to Dave & Buster's, you can bet that. Hey, you made it here to the end of the video. You know I really appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. That'll help me and this video and this channel. And if you've never seen me before, that's actually great. I'm glad you found me. But do me a quick favor before this video ends. Go down there and hit that subscribe button below so I can definitely see you back here next time.